Hey, if you are struggling to get your clients' offers accepted in this competitive real estate market, listen up. Today we're going to go over the top 3 things you need to do in your offers right now that have nothing to do with the actual terms of your offers. And I guarantee if you follow these 3 things, you're going to see a big increase in acceptance rate, so you can stop wasting time putting out multiple offers and get them accepted quicker, sooner, and get your clients in the homes that they want. All right, so the first one should be extremely simple, but as a listing agent, I often see that agents don't do this, and it's simply pick up the phone and have a conversation with the listing agent. There should be 2 main focuses of your conversation with the listing agent. Number 1 is figure out if there's any terms or anything specific that the seller is looking for. Especially like close date. I know a lot of buyers right now, they're flexible in their close date, but if you have 2 offers and they have, essentially the same terms, but one of them has the date we're looking for and one just says we're flexible, there's a really good chance I'm gonna go with the one that just has the date already in place. Less paperwork, don't worry about drafting up an amendment or a counter offer or anything like that. Probably just gonna go with the one that's written nice, right, that I have in front of me. Any other terms you might be looking for, if there's appliances that they're hoping to leave behind, if there's any other terms they're looking for in something, just have a conversation with the seller, let them, just ask them, hey, are there any specific terms you're looking for? You'll be surprised what the listing agents might tell you. The other part of that conversation should just be building rapport with the listing agent themselves. Compliment them on an awesome listing, compliment them on all the work that they put into it, how good the photos look, how well staged the property is, how well it presents, how well the public description was written. If you've done deals with them before, let them know that, hey, I've done a deal with you before, so-and-so time, look forward to, partnering with you again. Just build rapport with them. Agents are human beings too, and if we feel like we have a connection with someone, if we think there's going to be a smooth transaction for my client, I might be a little more apt to kind of tell you what you need to get this done and say, hey, seem like you've been great. I know we've done a deal before. Your offer is a little light, or if you do this on your offer, we might be a little more apt to accept yours or work with yours. So have a conversation with them, build a lot of rapport with them, and at a lot of times too, just don't be afraid to ask them, hey, we're coming in at 400, are we close? What else do we need to do to kind of get this done? You'd be surprised. Agents, sometimes their sellers give them the green light, say, hey, do whatever you need to do, get us top dollar. And sometimes that's disclosing the offers they have in hand. Like, hey, you're close, we're coming at 405, it's yours. Now you can bring that back to your buyer and let them know. Or they might say, hey, your inspection period's a little bit long. If you shorten that up, I think you might have the edge here. So don't be afraid just to straight out ask them, hey, what do I have to do to get this done? What specific terms, like even price here, what do I need to do to get my offer accepted? And you'll be surprised how often agents will just give you the answers to the test and say, hey, this is what you got to do to get it done. All right, number 2 thing you have to do is write a clean offer. You cannot have any mistakes in your offer. You might have the highest price point or the most attractive offer, but if you forget to check a couple of boxes or you misspell something or you put dates wrong, you're losing credibility with the listing agent. And if you can't write a purchase agreement properly, they're not going to have a lot of confidence that you're going to get the job done. So if you're a newer agent or you're just moving really, really quick, before you hit that submit button, make sure you go through it with a fine-tooth comb, make sure everything is checked properly, everything is spelled properly. And if you're not confident in that, if you're a new agent or something, make sure you have your mentor, your broker, or your team lead just proofread your purchase agreements. So many times when I'm a listing agent, I'm sitting down with my clients, they're going to ask me like, hey, have you talked to these agents? How are things looking? What's your gut telling you? And one of the easiest things for me to say is, this person, they didn't fill the offer out right. I don't have a lot of confidence in them. They haven't called me. The offer is not filled out right. Yeah, they might have some really good terms, but we want to make sure that there's not going to be any issues down the road. Sellers want a smooth transaction, right? Price isn't the only thing they're looking for. So if you don't have a smooth purchase agreement, you can't fill that out. A lot of times it's a red flag for both the listing agent and the sellers that you might not be able to get the job done. So take the extra time, make sure everything in the purchase agreement is done properly. You have all the addendums that you need, right? So many times I see that in the agent notes, they say, be sure to include this addendum, or maybe you need a lead-based paint addendum. If you forget to put that on there and there's added steps and another offer is similar to yours, but they have all the steps there, they have all the forms there, it's a good chance they're going to go with that one. So take the time, double check everything, make sure you have everything you need before you submit your offer. All right, and the last thing you need to do is you need to follow up on your offer. I know it sounds kind of simple, but a lot of agents are just going to submit their offer and say, hey, please confirm receipt. As a listing agent, I really like it when offer hits my inbox and I have a phone call waiting for me, or I have a text message from them saying, hey, submitted my offer. If you have a minute, would love to go over it with you. Give me a call back, or they give me a call right as they're submitting it and just kind of give me the lowdown on the offer. Here's our purchase, here's this, we're lending with so-and-so, our title company is gonna be this, I work with them all the time, great clients, all that jazz. Do you know when you're gonna submit to the sellers? Maybe I'll say, yeah, we're gonna submit Sunday at 5. Then you know what? Sunday at 4, what happens? That buyer's agent gives me a call, says, hey, I know you're sitting down with the sellers in an hour. Is there, anything else? How are we looking? Are there any questions about my offer that I can answer for you before you sit down with the sellers? And then again, after about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, probably get another phone call from them again. Hey, I know you just sat down with the sellers. I'm sure you have a lot of things to weigh. Are there any other questions about my offer or anything I can answer for you right now while it's fresh in your mind? Some buyers agents, some other real estate agents think, I don't want to nag the sellers. They have a lot going on. But as a listing agent, I like knowing that you're invested in your client's offer, that you're showing that, hey, I'm committed to this. I'm an agent that's going to get things done. I know when you're talking to them, I'm going to follow up with it. I want to win. Those are the agents that I want to work with. Those are the agents that sometimes, if they're communicating well and it's a clean offer, if their terms are maybe just a little off, the listing, the sellers might be like, hey, if you really have a strong feeling with this person and they're following up a lot, hey, see if they'll come up $5,000 to win this. Yeah, or that's how you can kind of get some offers that maybe you're not the highest price, but you have some other terms. When you have good rapport and you're following up and you're showing the listing agent that you're committed to getting the job done, that's when the listing agent's more willing to work with you, even if you don't have the highest offer. Or if you don't have the highest offer, that's when you might see some counter offers start coming your way, even in a highest and best situation. And it all comes into the bricks that you're laying during the entire process. It's not as simple as just submitting the offer and just sitting there and praying and hoping that you get it done. That's the beginning of the work. There's so much other work that needs to get done to get your offer accepted. And I see that so often in agents who are consistently losing with their offers. And I ask them, what are you doing besides just submitting your offer? And we go through these 3 things here. And sure enough, if you really do it right and you show a lot of enthusiasm and authenticity and you're out there to try to win it, you're going to start winning more offers. So, don't just submit it and hope for the best. Make sure you're actively being a participant in the situation. And I guarantee you're going to start seeing more offers getting accepted for your clients.